Most Montrealers didn't vote for the new mayor. In fact, the majority didn't bother to vote at all. Voter turnout in this municipal election held steady compared to the last one. About 37% of those who could vote actually showed up at the polls. Municipal governments decide on issues that directly affect you. So why did most people choose to sit this one out? I caught up with Sabrina Jafralie, a McGill expert on citizen engagement and community belonging. Here's that conversation.
I mean, if you think about what Canada has gone through in the last 12 months, right? So Justin Trudeau has gone. Now, whether you love him or hate him, we've had him for quite a bit of time. That's continuity. We've had the re-election of Trump to our neighbors to the south. We've had the lowest electoral or approval rate for the CAC since they've been in power. And then you add on the municipal elections. It almost appears like the recipe for political apathy.
Elections, Montreal did say even if you didn't get your voter registration card, you could still show up with your ID.
Absolutely right.
I'm just wondering how much of those kind of logistical challenges had an impact on people showing up.
And it's ironic because even when I was in a different neighborhood other than my own, I was encouraged to vote as long as I was on the island of Montreal. So it was good to see that that accessibility had widened, and I appreciated that. I wonder again if it just goes back to what people have appetite for: STM, social health, teachers. It seems that coming off the pandemic, we're all losing our appetite for what really makes a change. I think for the elected party that's in, the question is, what are you doing to sort of generate that 60% who didn't come out? I think that's what the new mayor and the party needs to think about.
Usually, high voter turnout signifies, voters are sending a message. They want change. We
Mhm.
did get a change in a new political party
Mhm.
with potentially equal or a little bit less voter turnout than last time around. What do you think it says?
It says that the people, maybe that campaign did really well. It to me, it signals a few problems and challenges. What we do know is that of the 40% or roughly 40% who did vote, they wanted this change. But for myself as an educator, my question would be, well, what is the other 60% doing?
I remember you talking about the importance of the door-to-doors, the walkabouts, people
Mhm.
being out there. You saw them on social. My
They
understanding
were
is they were,
very visible,
yeah,
very. I
very
saw the mayor's photo everywhere. I knew her name just by literally bombardment, like not like direct aggressive bombardment, but just visibility.
Why didn't that
That's
inspire?
what I'm saying. I wonder if Canadians or Montrealers just simply don't have the appetite.
Are there people taking our democracy for granted?
Think to say that perhaps we need to revisit what democracy looks like in Canada, in Quebec, and in Montreal. Whereas other countries who are, I don't want to say babies in democracy, where they've actually had civil wars, change of governments, and have emerged as democratic countries, they, although it may appear chaotic, it's taken much more seriously because they didn't have that right before. So in some sense, and I know I'm being recorded, maybe we've gotten lazy in our democracy or apathetic. And we need to think about what the implications of that is. I think my question is to politicians, if you want to be democratically elected, your job is to get as many people out there as possible so that you truly are representing your borough or your city or your province. The charisma definitely was missing.
Or just kind of because it is Montreal and it is, it's a metropolis that they have pitched something that puts Montreal on the map. Yeah.
There's like Montreal's identity is metropolis. Montreal's identity is diverse, but neither of these candidates capitalize on that factor that would have brought us in. And they really counted on their policies to do the work for them. But part of voting is wanting to feel like you're part of something, right? It's just the bottom line.